We're off.
We're off. Hi, Alan.
Hey, Will.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm great, and you?
Good, good.
All right, so we got Kyma Challenge 4.
4. That was 8, wasn't it? 4.
8 will be one more month at the pace we're doing, one a week.
Kyma Challenge 4. Who knows what's going to happen today?
Yeah, not me.
No.
All right, so my turn to drive.
It's your turn to drive.
I'll share my screen. We'll run this tool and we'll get to work.
Yeah. Way.
Cool. You can see that okay?
Yeah, that's looking great.
Wonderful. 30 minutes, yeah?
30 minutes on the clock, not 303.
Not 303. Okay, 30 minutes.
Like 5 hours, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't think it's that enough.
Here we go.
Here we go. And we're away. Oh, we need to read it. What's it say? Harmonic.
Sound,
harmonic.
Class, filter. Genre fusion.
Yeah, I put that in there. In the style of Weather Report.
And ways.
Oh, use your last
sound. So does that mean last week's sound?
Well, we could do. Well, you'd have to get it, wouldn't it? Because we did it on my computer. Or it could be. But it's up to your interpretation. It could be your last sound. What were you working on literally before this call? How could you have been doing anything other than Kyma?
I did a sound check with clicks. So that would technically...
That would be technically your last run sound.
Really, yeah. Okay. So we're in the flow. We don't have to put this in a multi-grid or a timeline.
No, this is
like that.
This is all, yeah.
Right in the flow.
Right in the
all
flow.
Right.
What are you thinking?
Well, I did actually test the keyboard, so I have additive intervals keyboard. Oops, what happened?
Oh dear. We just lost it.
How did we lose it?
I don't know, but there it is. No, that's another one.
It's different. How did they?
Oh. We have to do it from memory now. We'll just have to rewind.
It just gets... why I didn't click back.
What did you touch something, didn't you?
I moved it here and I must have. Okay, but it was pretty simple. It was fusion. Was it harmonic? The first word. We need to use a filter and use your last sound.
Yeah.
I think technically the last sound I had open was this.
Now lost Zoom. Where's Zoom gone? There you are. Great.
Let's just jot this down.
So,
sorry about that.
Okay. Oh, and filter. So it's just the 4 things. Okay. Harmonic. Well, there's always the harmonic resonator. That's a filter. There's the modal filter.
Yes.
Which is a filter. There's a 1 sample delay, which is a type of filter.
Sounds like if we...
Well, we should start editing. We should start from your last sound and start editing.
Yeah, so this is literally the last sound because I did a test to make sure I was getting keyboard sounds. So this is additive intervals keyboard.
Okay.
So we can start here.
This is interesting. Well, interestingly, so you've got a synthetic spectrum from array.
Right here, yes.
Right there. And as you can see, that's got interval smooth times 1, 2, 3, 3. So if in well, actually, it's not. It's done by intervals, but you could. It'd be very easy to make those frequencies in harmonics.
In harmonic.
As harmonics,
as harmonics.
Yeah, we could have harmonic frequencies. That would be very easy to do.
Yes.
So we'd have a synthetic spectrum that is in as harmonics, and we could feed that into a filter bank, which takes a spectrum input.
Okay.
And is a filter. So that would give you a modal. No, sorry, not modal. It would give you a filter, or you could feed it into the modal filter by using the track selector.
Okay. Do we want to start with the frequencies here with this thing and do harmonics?
Yeah, to get it into for harmonics, you just want to multiply by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
If do we want integer, harmonics? I mean, see that we could do something kind of cool, do like 6.2 or something, 7.1. Some really dissonant.
That wouldn't be a harmonic, but yes, we can.
Yeah, I know. It's a partial. It's a partial.
It would be a partial.
Synthesized.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you turn your key pitch into hertz, then we could multiply, take it out of I'm not even sure. Do you need the NN? I'm not quite sure what the key pitch is in, but yeah.
I don't think it's going to hurt, but I mean,
no, it's not going to.
It's already in note number, isn't it? I think it's just for.
I'm not sure what key pitch is in by default.
All right, well, let's roll with this.
Yeah.
Change it if I need to. Okay, key pitch note number hertz times
1.
Times 1.
Well, okay, which for the first one, which of course doesn't do anything, but that's cool. And then if you just make 8 copies of that.
Isn't there a nice way to do copies in can't you just type like copies 8 or something?
Yes.
But then is that gonna do it? No.
No. You need
What is that?
Well, so you're making, so this is expecting a thing. So you could do, because you want an array of things, don't you? 1 to 8 collect.
Yeah, we could do that. Okay, so this is where I get this collect. I always get the syntax.
Yeah, so it's a colon at the end of collect. And then you want open square bracket, colon, I. And then a vertical pipe character.
Yep.
Then a square bracket at the end.
After all this?
Yeah, after all of that. And then you need the curly brackets around the whole thing, not around the key pitchy bit. Because this field's expecting expecting elements of an array, so we have to sort of say no. This is we're calculating it. So once I collect key pitch hertz times 1. Okay, yeah, so that should give you the harmonic sequence. Oh no, sorry.
We want this times I, don't we?
Times I, exactly. Yeah, you got it.
1 to 8 collect I, key pitch note number hertz times I. That gives us 1, 2, 3, up to 8.
Cool.
Okay. Yep. All right, number of partials 8. Great. What was the next thing?
So did you want to be able to go a bit in harmonic? I got this sense from you that pure harmonics was just not going to cut it.
I thought it could be fun.
Sure. I mean, so you could times I minus detune or something, couldn't you?
times I minus D10.
And if you put that in bracket. Yeah. Yeah. So it's sort of like, so if D-tune was like 0.1, then it would times by 0.9, and then 1.9, 2.9, and so they'd all be, they'd get quite inharmonic. Yeah. If you put a parentheses before the I and after the D-tune, I think that will mess it up quite nicely.
I minus D10. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that makes sense.
Cool.
That'll be interesting.
That'd be, yeah.
Okay, and you mentioned something, filter bank.
Well, a filter. I mean, do you want to press play on this, or no? Go for it. Just keep going.
No, let's hear it. Yeah, it's probably worth hearing.
Does it do anything yet?
I should get my VCS. Okay. It's on its way.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Filter bank. This guy?
That.
Not this guy.
Yeah, I think that guy. Yeah. So if you drag and drop that thing instead of the other thing.
instead of this, we
instead
want
of the oscillator bank.
Yeah, I see. So we're gonna bring this guy over here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. Wow. Look at that. We just went into the new sound. Yeah. Nice.
Okay. So oscillator bank. Now we're filtered. Let's hear how that changed it.
So if you put the bandwidth way down, it should sound a bit ringy. It sounds... Can you put how low can you put the bandwidth?
How low can you go?
Yeah.
Probably.
And probably put the detune to 0 just to check that it's doing the business.
So noisy, it's hard to tell any.
Yeah, it's really noisy, isn't it?
Any pitch. Okay. Well, what if we use something else instead of noise in here?
Well, we could. So we got a spectrum going in there. We got the bank size, number of filters. That should be set to 8.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, it should match.
And the bandwidth, we're adding 0.03, so you want to get rid of that. Just BW. Then we can go lower. Yeah, try that. And then, you want to take the bandwidth way down.
Okay.
At 0, I wonder what it'd do. It might kind of really break.
Nothing. Okay, that's a pretty small number.
But it's not very happy with that.
I could hear some very little bit. Okay.
Okay.
What do we want to do here? Sub out. Maybe we can do You mentioned something like harmonic resonator.
Or the modal filter even.
Or the modal filter. And what do we do with this guy?
Well, you could shove that in instead of the filter bank.
So feed this into here?
Yeah, no, not exactly, but kind of. Yeah, because we're sort of going about it in a crazy way, but why not? We could just do it for the sake of doing this. But yeah, so what you need is you take the spectrum and you want to paste that into the mode freaks field.
Mode freaks.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, sorry, the whole spectrum, the spectrum sound.
The whole spectrum sound.
Yeah, the whole thing.
And put it in here.
Yeah, I know. Madness. And then what we need is we need a track selector.
Spectrum track selector.
That's what, yeah.
And then this guy's going
in between on the oscillator bank. Sorry, after the oscillator bank.
After the oscillator bank.
Which is actually a synthetic spectrum from array, isn't it? Yeah. And
this.
In that track selector, you want the number 1.
Yeah.
Yay.
Track 1.
Now here's the boring bit. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's hear. Okay. Yeah, explain.
Okay, so you might want to rename that track selector just to the 1 so we don't get completely lost. But we've got 8 tracks, so we need 8 of those selectors to select each track. And so in the modal filter, you need to paste like that thing there needs to be in curly brackets, the 1L thing. Because again, it's expecting a kind of an array.
Yeah. Okay. You said we need 8 of these?
Yeah, so each one has to be in its own curly brackets because we'll just put them as a set of 8.
Okay, so what do we need? Do we need to can we do a collect message here again?
No, because each track selector needs to have a different track. So, I mean, you could replicate, but that wouldn't really help us.
I just literally need to copy it in. I could just copy it in 8 times.
You need to copy 8 times. Sorry.
No, all right.
But yeah, so if you do a shift, if you do special paste, it'll make a copy of it.
Ooh, special paste. That's something I don't do a lot of. So.
Oh, you got to map that to a keyboard shortcut.
Okay, so paste. You're saying paste special?
Yeah, but you copy it first.
Copy, yes.
And then when you go in there, do a paste special, and it'll make a copy of it.
Edit. Okay, there is no key for it. Please choose which text from the list of paste. That's it, yeah?
Yeah.
What else is there? Okay.
And then you put that in curly blobs. And when you press accept on that, we should have another one appear.
I see, yes.
And then what you could... Well, we can do it at the end. We just wire the same input to all of them.
Yeah, like one like this.
Yeah.
All right, so I can just keep going, edit, paste special. Why is it not?
I think you might have to copy it again.
Evidently, yes.
Dude, what might speed you up? Do you want to do this thing? Okay. You know, under your edit, paste special thing.
Yeah.
So what is it? Paste special and 3 dots. you could make a system shortcut for that. Do you want me to tell you how to
I don't even click replace the one with, now why am I getting this?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, sure. What were you going to say? Make a system shortcut?
Yeah, if you go to your system preferences, the Mac ones, and go to keyboard.
Keyboard.
Just there. And then go to shortcuts, sort of in the middle of the top, and go app shortcuts, which is second from the bottom. And then press the add button. And then where it says application, all applications, pull that down and look for Kyma. There. And in menu title, go paste special. And you have to get it absolutely right. So it's capital P, space, little s, and then 3 dots on the end without a space.
Like that.
Yeah. And then, and map that to Shift Command V. And press add. And that should be working straight away.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah. So now you can go do a Command C and then do a Command.
Okay, Command C, bring her in here.
Shift Command V. And you're away.
Look at this, Alan. Genius. I didn't do a...
I think you have to do a Command C.
Yeah, I have to do a Command C again. Very, okay. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more.
One more?
Yeah.
Why did we have to pick 8 parts?
I don't. We should have picked 7. 7 would have been a more inharmonic number.
No, but thank you for that. I mean, this is just not...
So hopefully when you press accept, we're going to get this lovely... Yeah, we did. Cool. So what you want to do now is paste that same oscillator bank into... So yeah, if you do a Command C on the oscillator bank, then you can paste it over the top of all the other oscillator banks. If that makes sense.
Just like this.
Do replace all, I think, because you don't want that. Yeah, that's done it. I think there's just 2 hiding on top of each other.
Oh man, it's getting crazy. Sorry, I just need to...
Yeah, I look.
Yeah,
it
did. Yeah, it did.
Cool.
Okay, all right. And same, replace all.
And there's one left by the looks of it, hiding in there.
This guy.
Yeah. Yay. So if you collapse that down and does it tidy itself? It does a bit, doesn't it? That's nice.
Yeah.
So now we need to make all the track selectors go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So this needs to be, so we don't get too confused, right? 2. Inside, we'll make it 2.
Yeah.
3. Like patching, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1.
So some people might be saying, well, why didn't we just put the formula that's in the oscillator bank straight in the modal filter? But that's not the point. The point is we get to do this. Because what's also interesting about this approach is you can use a live spectrum doing this as well, if you wanted.
I'm just making sure I got all this.
Yeah.
3, 2. 1.
Liftoff. Cool.
Okay.
So if we look in the modal filter, let's just double check they should all be in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at that. Gorgeous. And then you got the mode amps.
Mode amps.
The mode.
I'm missing it. Oh, mode amps up here. Yeah.
Mode amps. Yeah.
Of course. Yes. What do we want to do here?
I don't know. Those are just whatever was left in there before, wasn't it?
So we need eight amplitudes.
Well, if you just put one, I think it replicates it. But yeah, you could have 8 amplitudes, which would then give you the different. I mean, do we want some kind of wavetable? You know, what do we want as the mode amps?
Well, we could do another collect message there.
Oh yeah, well, and then just have faders.
And then have faders, so we could hear and kind of tinker with that, and then go from there.
Yeah, how are we doing for time? Are we?
I have no idea. We lost the thing.
Oh no, we lost.
I'm guessing we're probably 2/3 of the way.
Okay, cool. Okay, I think you should do a collect thing. I think that would be good.
1, 2, 8. See if I can remember. Collect. So far, is that the right syntax?
Yeah, you're bang on. Yeah, it's great.
Just maybe just amp. And
then what, like suffix I guess.
That's right. That's what I was looking for. Suffix I. Is that right?
Yeah, you need a vertical pipe character after.
That's what it is.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah. No, sorry. You close off the block with a closing square bracket there, but after the I.
This here.
Yeah, because that first bit's like the input variable declaration of the block. And the colon goes before the I in that part. Yeah.
That looks better.
And then the whole thing.
We needed curly braces.
Yeah, because this thing's expecting an array, so
right.
We need curly.
There it is. That looks promising.
That looks really good. Cool, and then we got a bunch of
colons. Yeah, all those colons really. Yeah, looks good. All right, now we're ready to play this thing. Yeah.
I should just say that what you just did there, Will just did what you did a Shift Command V, didn't you? Shift Command Y.
Yeah.
So if you when you select the whole thing, do a Shift Command Y, then it will compile it and show you what.
I'm actually even just pressing Command Y, but.
Oh yeah. So
maybe you've changed it.
Yeah. So like if it's just a straightforward kind of like event value, do Command Y, it'll run the debugger thing, where you get like an oscilloscope and some controls and stuff.
Right.
Shift Command Y will always just do a compile. It won't run the kind of debug thing.
I see.
But cool.
I always do that just to make sure that it's what I want there.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. Anything else we want to?
Not well. So
change at the moment.
So we've got this modal filter. What are we going to put through it? We've got a chopper going through it right now. You've got an ADSR envelope, which is being used by the modal filters envelope. You could use that ADSR and just put it through VCA with the white noise. Then we just kind of have a, then it's triggered by your keyboard.
I see. So you VCA. I want to bring this. Multiply the envelope and the white noise. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I don't know. What do you want as a source going to stimulate the thing?
That's fine. So what do I want to do here?
Because the chopper is just going to be going choppy, 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 isn't it?
Lose this ADSR. Then bring in this one. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah. And then get rid of the chopper, I guess. see what it sounds like.
Not a whole lot.
Well, the amp low is very
low.
You probably want the bandwidth down quite low. The amps look kind of right.
Well, look, my meter's showing something. So it's like it's...
Don't bring up the oscilloscope. Maybe we're in the subsonic territory.
We must be, because it's going up there. Do I need to add a scope to this, or is there just a...
Under the info menu, you can just open the oscilloscope sometimes. You might have to kill the sound.
Yeah.
And then if you click on the mode, at the end of the sound, and then go info oscilloscope, it should run it. It might, sometimes the window doesn't come to the... Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that looks like DC, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't look like... Just tinkering here.
Of course it is. Of course it is. That's to be expected. Don't worry.
Did you figure it out? What's happening here?
Yeah,
I'm totally out of my element.
Sorry,
which is good. No, it's good. I mean, I'm just like
we're lost in
hanging on by a thread.
If you go back to the modal filter, so what we've done is, if you think about the spectrum signal, the spectrum signal has to pass frequency information around on one side of the spectrum.
Yes.
So actually, yeah. So first of all, we've messed this up in a number of interesting ways. But the first one is that the frequency information is scaled between 0 and 1, because that's how it has to be, because it's like an audio type signal. So that means, because we're not doing any math in the modal filter, we're getting basically frequencies between 0 and 1 hertz. So
well, that explains why we're not hearing anything.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of DC. So we can change that in the modal filter by after each one of those 1L, 2L, everything, you want to put the word signal to hertz, or one word, starts with a small s. And that does the conversion back to Hertz world.
Hertz world. Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, so that should now stop being like 1 hertz and
subsonic.
Yeah, being subsonic. The second interesting thing I think we have done, if I remember this right, is that the spectrum signal has amplitudes on the left channel and frequencies on the right channel. So we're selecting these different tracks off, but there's still going to be a stereo pair, I believe, even though it looks like it's mono. But I think what we need to use is the R instead of the L. So, you use L to downsample, but that downsamples the left channel. Or actually, looking at an alternative. No, yeah, we could do that, because it also looks like in the track selector, you've got the choice of unchecking amp, in which case I guess it would put the freq on both channels. But we could keep the amp, because we might want that for the other thing.
I see.
In which case, yeah, we just need to change all the L's to R's, which was the other reason I guess it was pretty DC. There is actually a search and replace. I think if you go go Command F, I tell you now at the end.
I've tried that before, but enter text defined and optionally text to replace it if found.
So you can
So
go
you think if I put L here and replace it with
R and then do replace all. And I think it's done it now. So
it did do it.
yeah, sorry. I told
No,
you
it's
that on the
interesting you
last
mentioned
one.
that. No, I knew about that, but for some reason I thought it had gone away. I used to do that a long time ago, and then I could never get it to work, and there it is. So I don't know. I'd given up on it a long time ago, but
here it is.
Here it is. It's back. All right. So now our L or our R, we have signal in hertz. Are we ready to try and hear
Let's see if
something?
this one works this time.
Up. There's something.
Okay. That's better than the DC we're getting before. Take the bandwidth mode, the BW mode, down, and we should start to. Maybe.
We've done a lot of work for gated noise. Look,
we're so good at this. I think what we want then is this. We want to probably more tightly gate the noise. Like just give it a, because if we put the bandwidth way down, it should ring. And but we might need to give it more of a clunky sound to get it to ring.
Excuse me. All right, so what now? Over in here, we're gonna
so I was thinking, so yeah, if we multiply the noise by say like a function generator, and we could trigger it, and we could put like say like yeah,
where
just
do we put it? What sort of wavetable will we put in here?
Glottal pulse. What's it called? Is it called glottal?
It might just be called glottal. Let's see.
Can it find something called glottal?
No. Maybe it is glottal pulse. Yeah, it's glottal pulse. You're right. There it is.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
All right. Trigger key down. Yes. On duration.
We can make that pretty small.
Like
0.1 seconds, maybe. Even that might be.
Do we want to just do like 4096 samples?
Okay.
Because that's how long this thing is.
That's true.
We could try that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I'm sorry. Now we're going to do.
Put that in the VCA.
Put this in the VCA. Yes,
yeah.
Of course. All right, I'll leave this.
Well, do you know what the other thing I think we should do is that first envelope is going in the oscillator bank. What's it doing? What's it do in the oscillator? The thing called an oscillator bank, which is actually the synthetic spectrum. It's doing that. I reckon we just want to type 1 in there, because otherwise I think we're going to be changing.
So
actually, it probably doesn't matter, but put 1 in there. I don't think we're actually using that at the moment anyway. And yeah, just get rid of that.
Just lose that.
Yeah. Okay. See what that does. So it's a very short pulse now. And then you want to take the bandwidth way down.
Bandwidth mode?
Yeah, just off 0. 0 usually makes it blow up. Yeah, like there. That sounds great. You could put detune down to 0 just because then it'll be harmonic. I don't know if that'll help, but and take the level feedback down to 0. Take the level feedback up to nearly 1. So the frequency feedback, that's a filter on the feedback. You could try taking that up and take the distortion down. I've heard more convincing pingy noises.
It's always good to, I mean, it's been a good learning experience. This is not a very exciting sonic experience.
So does it sound of anything at all?
Basically, no.
No.
I mean,
well, should we quickly debug it then? Make a copy of the sound, and we'll sort it out.
Okay.
Put it into emptiness.
Emptiness, which is an appropriate name. Okay. Let me lose some of this other stuff. Sorry, this is kind of how I work. I got a lot of windows open.
Yeah. It's the only way. So this is a copy. Yeah, okay, this is a copy. So let's just, instead of that VCA, let's get rid of that thing altogether. Just replace that with the pulse train so we can clonk it.
Okay.
And the pulse train might need a bit of attenuation. So put a level after it, actually. So far, so good. So that ADSR, which goes into the modal filter, yeah, just type 1 into that envelope. Let's get rid of that. Let's factor that out of the equation.
Okay.
And let's double check the oscilloscope. The
oscilloscope?
The synthetic spectrum from array sound. And that kind of looks nice. Key pitch and then hertz times detune. Okay. Yeah. Bandwidths. Are we sending the bandwidths? Is that box checked? No, we're not. Okay, cool.
No.
Oh, hover over that LogScale one.
Should be
unchecked. Uncheck that box. Will be going way too high pitched. So yeah, uncheck that. And yeah, try playing that. See if that does anything.
Oh, it's going to be loud. I mean, it's already loud. I haven't even touched anything.
All right. So if you play on the keyboard,
I'm scared to play on the keyboard. I'm going to turn this. Where's amp?
Cool.
Okay, now we got something. All right. Nice. Well, okay. That's much better.
That's much better. I think if we go back to the old sound, I think it was that checkbox that we just unchecked was the critical thing. Because we were doing the oscillator, the thing called oscillator bank, the synthetic spectrum from array, was not using this. You know that thing I said, signal to hertz.
Yeah.
It wasn't doing that. It was doing the logarithmic version of that. And I don't know if there's a Capitalk command that kind of decodes that back to hertz again, like signal to hertz. I don't think there's a kind of like log to hertz thing. So yeah, try playing that, see if that sounds any better.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
that's actually kind of a nice staccato string sound almost.
So I think looking at the whatchamacallit, the oscilloscope.
The oscilloscope, yes.
I think it looks like we're clipping a little bit. So it might be that you want to attenuate the input into the filter a little bit. But the two things that will sound cool, because we've got infinite amount of time, obviously, is to attenuate that in the flow, attenuate that input a little bit.
Okay, let me come back in here.
Coming out of the VCA or the noise, anywhere in that kind of, you could just type in the noise. The noise has a scale, doesn't it?
Level, yeah.
So you could just, oh, we've already got it on the screen. Oh, okay. That's fine. Then the other thing is to filter that noise. That can sound really nice. If you put like a low pass filter after the noise.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. Yeah, that also has a level. Yeah, we've got too many level controls. You might want to get rid of the amp, or in the scale of the low pass filter, you could call that noise level or something, just to, because we've got another level.
Yeah, sure. It's going to make.
And then in the noise, make that 1, I guess.
Because the scale?
Yeah, because otherwise, there's no point in having loads and loads of things all scaling the same thing. I guess.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Scale feedback. Yeah, cool. Yeah, order 4. Yeah. And where is the cutoff? Yeah, you might want to put the cutoff up.
Yeah, we need. Detune it.
Cool.
It's come a long way in the last 5 minutes.
And then
I'm not sure how much we stuck to the prompt, but yeah, filter, fusion, harmonic.
Oh, so you just have to play like Joe Zawinul now, and then we're laughing.
I'm in no danger of that happening. All right, what do we think? Seems.
I think you drench it in reverb; it'll sound amazing.
We need the void.
Just put the void on. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. Just leave enough DSP left for the void.
Leave enough DSP left for the void.
And everything will be fine.
Trying to think.
Do you have it? Have you got the void?
Well, I have it somewhere. Yeah, let me see. Somewhere in your. Was that in a veg box or just kind of like. No,
that's Johannes made that. I know it's uploaded onto the community.
I mean, I have it somewhere.
Thing. Oh, don't worry. Or you could put the Genio verb or any of the reverbs. I guess, couldn't you?
Why not? Oh, not the one I wanted.
How many channels is that? It's saying that it's like an 8-channel sound, is it?
It looks, yeah, it looks like it.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
What just happened there?
It's just put the stereo reverb in, which is several sounds.
Okay, now I got to figure out my VCS. Where was
So the cutoff is just
Sega?
about, yeah, just about there. Oh. And then I guess you can kind of sculpt the sound with this 8 amplitude faders. Will kind of fade in and out the different modes.
I think it sounds pretty cool.
Oh, that does sound cool. I don't think I've ever heard more a fusion-y sound. This is the sound of fusion. Maybe a fusion reactor, perhaps.
Okay. Lots of diffusion.
With that level of detune, it has quite a windy sound to it, doesn't it?
It did, yeah. This changed the timbre a lot. Yeah, it almost sounds like a new member of the synthesized woodwind family.
Well
Save
done.
it.
Well done.
Save it. No, I mean that was all you. I just
No, not at all.
uh,
But we got there.
I learned to pay special. Yeah, we got there. That's the thing. When you have no idea what's going to happen, and then it happens, and then the directions or instructions get taken away. You, it keeps getting more and more difficult.
That was a leap. I felt a leap of faith on that one. We're right near the end. It's like it's not making any sound.
Well, it's just a reminder, like my tendencies to go to a certain area and certain sounds. Of course, I know about the modal filter, but I haven't really tinkered with it. So the second you go in there, it's like, well, I have to know. I need to learn more about this to even do anything.
The power and the excitement in this actually is the next level of this would be to replace that synthetic spectrum with something else.
This guy.
Probably, yeah. You know, because like I mean that you know that thing where we do 1 to 8 collect key, you know, the detune thing. Yeah, I mean, we could literally have just pasted that into the modal frequencies and avoided that whole track selecting gubbins. You know, because that is just setting 8 frequencies and then we're just shoving it into the wire and then stripping it out again and then shoving it in the modal filter. So this is a bit of a like mad way of doing it, but you could replace this with another spectrum signal. So for instance, like if you did a spectral or you had a spectral analysis of something cool, you could, you know, the spectral analysis plays back with a time index. So you could use that time index like manually and move it, which would move through the spectrum analysis. So you could find an interesting place and then it would lock it into the modal filter and you could play the modal filter and down the bandwidth so it becomes more resonant. And then you can like scroll sort of through this spectrum analysis playing different parts of it. And that's where I think this could be more interesting.
Let's hope next week we use your last sound from the previous challenge. At which point we could just start here. That might be worth just pursuing anyways. I mean, are you saying like with like sum of signs kind of thing?
No, just the spectrum analysis. So what's it called? SpectrumInRAM.
SpectrumInRAM.
That's like a spectrum player, you know, it plays back to spectrum file.
All right.
and then you just, yeah, you should make
let's just see.
make a copy of this.
I've got. Where am I? Let's do I have my voice. No, I've got this one of. Okay. And now you're saying, Alan, take this guy
and replace the oscillator bank with it.
I
keep saying oscillator bank, but it's not an oscillator bank, is it?
Just
the synthetic spectrum.
Drag this guy
in there. Now that thing takes a time index input. So you could just put a constant in there actually. Instead of all of that.
Just want a 1.
No, I meant that's a function generator. So they're using that as a kind of a ramp generator.
Right. For the length of the spectrum.
So it's playing back the spectrum at real time, kind of thing.
Right.
But instead of that, you could just put a constant sound in there.
You literally mean a constant?
Yeah. And in the constant, just put a thing. Oh, I mean, sorry, I meant like delete the function altogether, and just.
You mean delete the function generator?
Yeah, completely.
Lose it. Okay.
And in the constant, just
here. Yeah.
And then just in the constant, put a fader like position, and just smooth it. Go position smoothed, I guess, just so it. Yeah.
Position smoothed. Okay.
I tell you what. No, it's another cool thing that we learned. Don't put it in a constant. Put it in a Capitalk to sound. And use that instead of the constant. Oh, nice little. Oh, that was a nice move there.
All right. Position smooth.
The Capitalk to sound does sub Capitalk smoothing. It smooths. It does this kind of level of smoothing into the audio rate.
We don't even need this smoothed here.
Well, no, that's good as well. But like smooths the Capitalk rate, so it's still. If you look at it on an oscilloscope after you've smoothed a thing, you'll still see these jumps every 1,000 hertz. Do you know what I mean? Because Capitalk only runs at 1,000 hertz.
We're smoothing the smooth.
Exactly, we're smoothing the smoothed. We're super smooth.
We're super smooth
at this point. Yeah.
All right. Let's check it out then.
Eh? Check it out. So you got a position. That position fader
should go -1 to 1, right?
Exactly.
Where is position?
It's sort of bottom rightish, second.
There it is.
Yeah, and you probably want to make that horizontal as well, just because,
That's how time works.
That's how time doesn't work vertically.
It's horizontal fader. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying we can.
Where's your bandwidth gone? Oh no, your bandwidth's low.
I saved it before.
Is it a bit khaki?
It's underwhelming right now.
Now it might be because this is using the other one. If this is in logarithmic instead of linear, then it's going to sound. I don't know how actually, if you do a shift click on the save icon, Do we get any information that will tell us whether it's quasi-harmonic?
Okay, so we need to, well, there's a sound for this. What do we need to do? We need to go spectrum log to linear.
There is, yes, there is a, yeah.
Log to linear.
No, there's a spectrum converting one.
Yes, yes. Spectrum log to linear.
Linear.
That's the one we want, yes?
Oh, nice, yeah.
All right. This is how I do it. I don't know.
Oh, I like, yeah, that's a nice way.
Yeah.
See if that makes a difference. See if... Yes.
Made all the difference in the world.
That was it.
All right.
There you go. Today's show was sponsored by the difference between logarithmic and linear.
Log space versus linear space. Understanding the difference.
If all else fails, try the other one.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't hear anything, you're in the wrong space.
You're in the wrong space. You're needed elsewhere.
You're needed elsewhere. That's right. All right. Well,
fabulous. Yeah. Oh, nice one.
Great work. What an adventure.
Yeah. I tell you, I'm gonna download this one after you upload it. This is cool. I think we could have a lot of fun with this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. All right. Well, thanks as always, Alan.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. That was cool.
We'll
well done.
Right. We'll see you next week then.
Yeah. Another super tight, exactly half an hour exercise.
Yeah, we're playing with time here. We're playing with time.
Maybe I'll get a stopwatch as a backup.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Whatever I did to mess it up.
You touched something. How dare you?
I did something wrong there, and it sent us down a really wild ride here. I can't say I totally regret it. All right, good stuff. All right, so we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hopefully some good learning stuff in there.
Brilliant.
All right, see you.
Cheers, everybody. Bye.
Cheers.